Hi guys, it's Ouch from Mono. How's everyone doing? Good, 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 I hope. Oh, do we have a beauty on our hands with this one here. It's lovely. Today I'm reviewing the latest flanker of Shalimar, the super famous fragrance from Guerlain. Oh gosh, I must admit I kind of lost track a little bit with the Shalimars. There was quite a lot of flankers that have been here and there and everywhere, and I only smelled a couple of them. But recently I was sent a sample of this one by a good friend of mine and it became an instant love. It's gone straight onto my wish list, and I think I prefer it to the original. Oh my gosh, I feel like I should be struck down for saying that. So, Shalimar, in Sanskrit, it means Temple of Love. It was Jacques Guerlain's tribute to a love story between two people that I can't remember. But it's the most famous amber perfume in the world. So, this one here, Philtre de Parfum, is a kind of extension of that, and it's all about a love potion. I love the idea of a fragrance being used as a love potion. You know, people use them for seduction, things like that. And this one came out the end of 2020, and it's made by Terry Vassar. I think that's how you pronounce his name. It might be Vassar, but I'm sure it's Vassar. Really famous perfumer anyway. So I've done 4 or 5 skin tests of this, and I'm ready to talk about it because it's given me a lot of joy. But first of all, let me tell you the notes. So the top notes are lemon, bergamot and lavender. The heart notes are jasmine, rose and iris. And the base notes are vanilla, patchouli and Tolu balm. So there's a couple of things that are contained in the original Shalimar, but have been highlighted, I would say. That's the main thing. I'm going to spray it on my hand now. This is the end of me wearing it. It's gone on my wish list, so bottle I want. Oh, it's absolutely heavenly. This is what heaven must smell like, seriously. So the opening is true to Shalimar style. There is a big element of citrus, but not as much as the original. It's kind of like the citruses have been taken down a couple of notches. And the opening is the best part for me. I really hope that some of you get the opening to stay a bit longer, but it changes quite quick on me. So what you have here is the original Shalimar DNA, and if you are a person that doesn't really get along with Shalimar because of the, let's call them darker elements, the civet, the leather, the incense, the things that make it feel super vintage, this feels altogether, I'll start by saying, modern. It's got all of those sorts of things taken out, so there's no dark and gloomy or kind of scratchy vintagey style feelings in any of this one. It's altogether lighter. There is iris in the original Shalimar, and what they've done here is they've put a massive emphasis on that. So what I'll say is, for reference, if you are a fan like me of Parfum Initial, the pink Shalimar that came out, which to me isn't really related to the original one, only that the original has iris and Parfum Initial was super focused on iris. It was like a leathery iris perfume. This one feels like the original Shalimar and Parfum Initial copulated and had a baby. It's almost like I'm smelling both at the same time. It's like I'm smelling the dry down of the original Shalimar and Parfum Initial all in one go, and it's absolutely magnificent. So, so beautiful. I can't even say how beautiful this one is. Wow. So a more gentle approach to Shalimar. Shalimar is essentially an amber. It's a massive vanilla focused amber. That's what we're dealing with. But this one has got a lot more tenderness. You have a real big focus on the iris, like I said, and then there is rose here as well, but it doesn't really smell rosy. It's just all of the tenderness of rose adds to the delicateness, if that makes sense. The only way I can describe it is, if you've ever smelled a marshmallow before, you know when you smell a marshmallow, it's such a delicate smell. It's almost like your senses have been brushed with a feather, your olfactory senses, and this has got that amount of tenderness to it. It's really comforting. It feels like a bedtime fragrance, something to just lavish yourself with when you get out of the bath or the shower. The softness is, only Shalimar can do that. It's got that super strong Shalimar DNA with a whole bunch of fluff. It's already powdery in its original form, but this one takes it up 10 notches in how soft it is. So the opening, amazing, like I said. Lots of iris. It's like Parfum Initial got injected into the dry down of the original Shalimar. But then what happens is, The amber accord here has been slightly tweaked. The original amber accord in Shalimar was vanilla, patchouli and apopanax. Here they've replaced the apopanax with Tolu balm. So apopanax is sweeter, I would say, than Tolu balm. Tolu balm is a little bit, it's probably smoother and a little bit less sweet, but it's still a resinous material, so it still keeps that signature ambery feel that the original Shalimar had. I guess this is a comparison review, that's all I can do really. And the main note here is vanilla. When this one starts to dry, everything becomes underpinned by vanilla. The iris is there still, it does back off quite a bit, and vanilla in all its fluffiness, all of its Shalimar cloud of poofiness takes over. And I have to make a point of saying that my skin amplifies vanilla, so I don't know how this will work on anyone else. I hope you do get to experience the iris for a bit longer if you're an iris fan. But on me, the dry down is like a super cloud of fluffy vanilla that's a little bit resinous. I do think it's a better version, I will say that. And if you're someone that has tried Shalimar and can't deal with the vintage aspect or the civet or anything like that, this one could be the Shalimar you're looking for. I'm gonna spray it again because man, that opening is just, it's so good. I would say that on me, the iris part of it, where it feels like it's initial and the original, lasts for about an hour or two, but then it's getting to the base quite quick, which to me is probably a negative point of it, but it just smells that beautiful that it's hard to pick holes. It really is. In terms of longevity, I'm gonna keep it general and say it's medium on me. Vanilla is a super long lasting note anyway, and it is the huge focus of this for most of the wear length. And really, it's just a fluffy vanilla base on me, which is slightly disappointing, but I still love it that much. I really do. Can't help it. I get about 6 hours out of it. I do think if I do get a bottle of it, I will reapply to keep that first hour or two alive, because that's where it really shines for me. But vanilla fans, amber fans, people that like comforting, cozy, warm, snuggled up in bed type of fragrances for winter, this one is a winner, and I will definitely be adding it to my collection. Anyway, thanks Peter for sending me this. It was a surprise, and I'm glad I got to try this because I've fallen in love. I really have. Anyway guys, I'm out to trying to make the world smell better, one video at a time. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.